All right, well, welcome to Inside the Mortgage Mind, put on by XINNIX, the Mortgage Academy. Today is a very, very special day. We are celebrating Veterans Day, not to be confused with Memorial Day, because people do that all the time. This is Veterans Day, and we are blessed to have two wonderful gentlemen from Gershman Mortgage. We have Adam Mason, who is the president, and we also have David Bell, who is a branch manager and a United States Marine Corps veteran, Simplified Double Dog.
Number 5.
So I think the very best place to start with you, Adam, is to just give us a brief background on Gershman Mortgage. I mean, how'd you get in the mortgage industry? Why are veterans so special to you and your company?
Sure. Thanks, Kim. I appreciate you giving David and I the opportunity to talk about something that's very close to our company's heart and David and I's heart as well. So our company, Gershman Mortgage, was founded in 1955 by a World War II veteran, and we have been located. Our headquarters are in St. Louis. We have 32 branch locations throughout 9 states. We've been doing veteran lending since 1955 for over 66 years. The VA guarantee didn't come into play until about 1970, but there were other programs prior to that, and we've been doing VA lending since then, and we're very proud of lending for over 66 years to veterans, tens and tens of thousands of loans. They're really great borrowers and good loans, and it means a lot to us because of our founder, our previous president. I'm the third president of the company in 66 years. Our prior president was a veteran, and 8% of our employee workforce are veterans. So it's special to us. It's more than just another loan product to our company.
Oh, perfect. And David, I mean, how did you join Gershman Mortgage? And is this your first stop in the mortgage industry? Have you been around for a while?
No, sir. I've been around for about 20 plus years now. I've been on 8 years with Gershman, and it's been my home. And like Adam said, it's one of these things where when you're talking about VA home loans and being a veteran serving still in the Air National Guard, which we were talking about before we got online, it's always a interesting tightrope you walk, having those two roles, those two different hats you wear. But it's been absolutely amazing with the corporate office and having those responsibilities. Adam and the team down there is like, anytime something comes up, they're like, "What do you need? We're right here to support you." And I've always appreciated that.
Kim, a funny story about when I started at the company 11 years ago. When my wife's grandparents, my grandparents-in-law, I guess, found out that I was going to work at Gershman Mortgage, they immediately had a very emotional response to me talking about starting it. I hadn't even started yet. And it was something I will never forget. I haven't forgotten, and sometime the immediate reaction they had was very emotional. My wife's grandfather is a Korean War veteran. Wow. And their first home, after they saved a few bucks after the Korean War, after he got back, and bandaged up and everything, when they were ready to purchase a home, Gershman Mortgage was the only company in St. Louis that could give them the opportunity. And he was eternally grateful. I mean, what would that have been, like 50 years later, 55 years later, as a veteran and as a first-time home buyer, where he really started his family with his young wife. So it was an amazing impact on me starting at the company, or hadn't even started at the company, to have that sort of impression made on me.
Yeah. That's a fantastic story, because I always share with people that we live in the echoes of our ancestors. And if we just take a moment to think about people that have gone before us, And obviously when I enlisted in the Marine Corps back in 1978, it was voluntary. However, it was only 3 years removed from the end of the Vietnam War. So if you think about a lot of people prior to me going in, it wasn't a voluntary military. It was they were entering by draft. Some entered obviously voluntarily, and that's been quite a while. So if you think about the majority of people that you guys are engaging with right now, these people really stepped up and volunteered to go in the military and serve our country. And of course, we appreciate all those people that have gone before us, but whenever we have an opportunity to reflect on, Korean vets, Vietnam vets, and so on, it's really having a company like Gershman around that really truly focuses on veterans is really important. And you guys are doing a tremendous service, not only for the veterans, but for our entire country. That's the way I look at it. So, and you did mention that 8% of your workforce are veterans. Now, do you guys actively recruit veterans, or how does that work?
I believe it's a byproduct of having veterans here in the first place. I guess in a sense, it's a chicken and egg situation. But we've been fortunate, like I said, to have veterans for a long time at our company throughout various roles, and particularly in the loan officer ranks. We've always had veterans and really a lot of success with veteran employees. And I think it's obvious why, what the military instills: discipline, hard work, character, everything the military instills translates directly into being a good employee, productive employee. So we're very fortunate to have had, I guess, just organically, it's happened. And David's very active in the Iowa National Guard, so we have an immediate link and a current link. So I'd say we are very active in our veteran communities, and by nature of that, we draw prospective employees.
Well, Kim, you can attest to that as well, because when you join the military, you have to take the ASVAB. So there's that knowledge right up front, whether this person has any gray matter up top or not. And then you have, like Adam mentioned, the concept of the discipline that's ingrained in you in the different branches. Doesn't matter if you're Air, Navy, Marine Corps, or Army, there's going to be a certain amount of discipline. And especially on the sales side, it's a lot of times it's not an 8-to-5 job. It's something where you've got to be able to step up and step in and do the job and maintain that discipline regimen, even though it may not be just clock in, clock out. And so for me, it's interesting knowing right from the beginning with a lot of these fellow military, like Adam mentioned, 8%. Our actual branch here in Des Moines, Iowa, in Clive, Iowa, we have 16 employees here, and half of us are veterans.
Wow.
And it comes about from just the conversations. You start to have the conversation with fellow veterans or folks that are active in the Guard, Air National Guard, or the Marine Corps Reserves, or even the Army Reserves. And it just is one of those natural progressions where they start having those conversations. They want to know more about what you do, because it is a pretty cool job.
Oh, yeah.
And next thing you know, people are coming on board.
I say the mortgage industry is one of the best kept secrets. Well, until now, one of the best kept secrets around is the mortgage industry. And it's just the cool thing is that we're always giving back. We're always serving. And if you think about what we offer in the mortgage industry, you can't touch it, you can't taste it, you can't feel it. It's not tangible. So people really have to buy us 100% of the time, right? Because what we're offering is air and a promise. And we've made promises to veterans, and you guys are living up to that promise consistently. And I have in my hand right here a challenge coin. And this challenge coin that's right, Adam. Adam sent me this challenge coin, and I have it obviously, and I know the story behind it, but I'd like to share that with our audience as well. So if you can talk about your VA loan process, the challenge coin, and really what sets you guys apart from the other companies that are offering VA loans out there.
Well, this will be a team effort here. David, I'll kick it off, and then I'm going to turn it over to you. So So I have a very close relationship with David over his tenure here. And through David, really, I've learned so much about what it was like to be active in the military, what it's like to be a veteran, what he went through. You know, we've kind of shared our life experiences because up until the mortgage industry, it was, I guess you'd say, divergent paths. Undergrad and law school is not the same as the Marine Corps. But so I was really drawn to David's passion for his military service. And he presented me with this challenge coin from his, I guess your platoon, David, right?
Yeah, that was our Mormon.
And,
I was going to say, it's two mortars. It's the 80 and the 81 and the 60 there. Just took him. He's a machine guy. So
David presented me with this years and years ago, and I had never heard about challenge coins. Didn't know what it was, and was really fascinated by the general concept and the actual coin. My son actually got a big kick out of it too, because it's really cool. But so I asked David a little bit more about it, and we had a conversation. And so from that initial challenge coin came, we designed our own Gershman Mortgage challenge coin. And we send them, pre-COVID, we would send them to every single one of our VA customers with a handwritten letter. COVID has changed that because of lack of people in the office, but we've sent out thousands and thousands of challenge coins. And so David can kind of take it from there, I guess.
Well, and Kim, as you can attest, you probably know the story of how they began, but not everybody in the military has had the experience of receiving a challenge coin. They may have heard of them, but there's been numerous times, especially in Vietnam or even directly after that. Heck, Al Will, who was the previous president before Adam, he had served in the Korean War. He had never really been in garrison, so he'd never had that opportunity to receive the coin. He did his job and he went back home. That's what he did. So when he received that coin, he's like, man, this is awesome. And we've seen that as well. Like Adam said, when you present one to a veteran, you just see them light up. You know, it's just that added little piece of the puzzle that lets them know that, hey, we're part of this together. We're brothers. We're doing the VA home loan for you, but we want you to know our appreciation of your service.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's kind of stay on that for a minute. So as a reservist and Marine, a Marine veteran, how does working for Gershman differ from the other companies you work with, or even other jobs you've had before coming to Gershman? Well,
I'll tell you, one of the benefits of having somebody from, and I think it's leadership top down. That's kind of the way it works. From the top down, Adam has been very supportive, not just of veterans, but those that are still active in. So I'm in the Air National Guard. I serve my 1 weekend a month. Now where I've kind of gotten up in the ranks, I do quite a bit more than just the 1 weekend a month. And like I said earlier, it's very much when something comes up, it's just commonplace where it's like, Dave, what can we do to help you out? It's not, hey, well, okay, you're causing stress to us. It's what can we do to help? We know that you're going to be away from home. We know you're going to be doing these things. What can we do to help support you? And that's a huge difference. Kim, you might think that that's going to be a common thing wherever you go. It's not. You go to Brand X, and I remember because prior to when I was first getting back in, I joined the Air Guard, and I had to go to the tech school for the Air Guard. It was like I was pulling teeth for the company to be like, hey, can I still maintain this role and do this job while I go to that training? It was very difficult. I've never had that issue here. I've had numerous opportunities to travel in the country and ACONAS, and Lord Almighty, it's been absolutely amazing. The technology that we have, I'm still able to do my job, and I have the support. So when I have to step back from doing my job, they're able to step in and say, hey, we got this. It's been amazing.
Well, that's awesome. And obviously you've heard the cream rises to the top. there is so much competition in the mortgage industry. If someone's a rate shopper, they'll look for the rate. But for the most part, what really separates the good from the great, and there are things that you guys are doing at Gershman that are separating you guys from everybody else out there. And the way you guys treat your coworkers, your employees, obviously that's going to get passed along to the customers. And those customers are going to get a wow experience because of the culture that you guys have there. So I want to make sure that I ask this question because, and I've had a VA loan over the last 30 years. and I'm trying to think and look back on when I first got a VA loan and how stressful it was. But even more than that, I didn't realize the benefits of being a veteran and getting a VA loan. So Adam, if you could share with me some of the hurdles or challenges of offering a VA loan and how to overcome them and things like that, at least for the audience, okay?
From my perspective, Tim, the VA loan product is very favorable. It's a tremendous benefit for veterans, and it's maybe because we've been doing them so long and we have such an experienced staff, I don't know, but there aren't a whole lot of challenges to VA loans. It's so much as borrower specific versus product specific, right, in my mind. But your VA borrower is are really strong borrowers, and the program in and of itself, the VA always kind of leans in favor of the veteran. Every decision that we make, and we know that VA stands behind us through our experience and success in the program, that they want to do what's best for the veteran. So there's kind of a working relationship with the VA in that respect. So I don't find it particularly challenging. David, I don't know if David does from his perspective, but from mine, no challenges to speak of.
So, Sarge, I don't know if you can see the writing on the shirt there. It's a VA rep. So VA rep is the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals. And I'm the education director for the Des Moines area for this chapter. And there are some things that on the ground level and then up another level. So the biggest thing is the lack of knowledge, because you get realtors and or veterans that aren't aware of what's going on. In fact, I've got some statistics to share with you, but a lot of realtors will tell veterans that the VA loan is more arduous than a conventional or a FHA loan, which, truth be told, FHA and VA and USDA all follow the same safety guidelines and requirements. A lot of people will say, well, they're not putting any money down, so it's higher risk. Truth be told, VA loans are 25% guaranteed, where your average conventional loan is 20% guaranteed. My biggest issue is when I start hearing that 8% of veterans are persuaded by realtors and or their local lenders not to go with a VA loan. And I would tend to believe that 8% is actually higher this year because of how crazy the market's been. But prior to that, we were watching surveys on this. 8% are told by lenders that may not be able to even do the loan because they're not directly endorsed by the United States government to do VA loans, that, hey, you should maybe go conventional or stick with this in-house program where you're on an ARM loan. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is not serving the community. And so that's where one of the nice things about Gershman is being able to step into additional roles, such as being the director for VA rep and going and teaching realtors. I've got like a three-hour class that I teach on VA loans specifically to the local realtor community, where they get continuing ed points just from listening to me talk about VA loans. So hopefully we're moving the dial a little bit on that, because the biggest thing we see is misunderstanding and lack of information.
Yeah, well, if something is different, perceived to be different, they just try to avoid it. They just want to stay with what they're used to. And the fact of the matter is, I can give a true testament to the power of a VA loan. Not only just the purchase transaction, but when you talk about a refinance, through a VA loan. It's even easier. I don't want to use that word easier, but it's low stress. It's just so easy. They make it so easy for veterans to be taken care of. And without companies like yours or like-minded companies, I think there's a disservice that's done to the veteran community. And I once again, I take my hat off to you guys for being the way you are and thinking about veterans with a true focus, not just, oh yeah, we love veterans and thank you for your service. It's more than that from you guys, and I really appreciate it. So anything else you guys would like to add that you feel like you could share with the audience that would be meaningful to them?
Well, I wanted to just point on what you were talking about there with some of the benefits, because if folks here, they may not know it, but the devil's in the details, knowledge is power. But when you start looking at it apples to apples, doing the due diligence between a regular loan, conventional versus a VA, and you have the ability to put no money down if you so choose without mortgage insurance. And typically with an interest rate that's going to be anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 point lower, a lot of VA makes so much more sense, especially if you have a veteran that's 10% disability rating or higher, and they don't pay that VA funding fee. Oh, it makes all the sense in the world. So you start looking at all these benefits and the idea of secondary or tertiary usage of it. You don't just have to use it once or get to use it once. You can go and buy a second house. Sometimes you have more than one VA loan at a time. And a lot of borrowers just aren't privy to that. But you were speaking to the benefits, man, there are some extreme benefits to a VA home loan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so on behalf of everybody at Gershman Mortgage, we thank everybody, thank all the veterans for their service on this Veterans Day. We're very thankful for the opportunity to work alongside. 8% of our workforce is veterans. We're fortunate to do about 15 to 20% of our entire pipeline is our VA loans. Our 66 plus year participation within the program, all of that we're very fortunate for. And I think, Kim, like you kind of touched on it, what makes us different is we take action with our veterans, not just our employees, but our borrowers, and we truly appreciate it. We're a service-based company, and you guys are the ultimate service. I don't need to tell you guys about service. But it's kind of a byproduct of our service-oriented company. So again, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there from Gershman Mortgage.
Well, once again, I appreciate you guys so much, and on behalf of XINNIX, Gershman Mortgage, and basically the entire mortgage industry, we want to just say happy Veterans Day to those veterans that are currently serving, that have served before. There's no such thing as an ex-Marine, so I hear that sometimes, but even though I don't wear a uniform, I am still 100% Marine Corps in me through and through. And I know that it just takes a special person to, so basically when everybody else is leaving, the military is going in, right? We are doing things on all the corners of the planet, and not only that, but it's to better other people. It's not about us. It's about working as a unit for a mission, and that mission is clear 100% of the time. And it typically is going to be of service somehow to make sure other people are taken care of that can't take care of themselves. So gentlemen, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for joining us today, and enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
You got it.